Recording in.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. My name is Jacqueline Zarb. I'm so excited for this call tonight. Today is July 28th. We have 4 days left in July. Still like so much time that can happen when you decide and put your mind to it and get to work. Just a few little announcements, you guys. 4 days left this month. We have free preferred client sign up and free preferred client renewal with a $150 SRP order. They also get free shipping with that, and they also get to pick a free gift from the new free gift list that will be changing next month. Okay. That golden renewal protein is on there. So that's pretty cool that that is on there and you can get it that way. We also have 4 days left for power to DM. So if you are at all close to district manager, just know in 4 days you can make it happen. Even if you have like zero right now, you can absolutely become a new district manager by the end of this month by doing 3,500 in July. Just make sure 1,000 of that is PQV or CQV, sorry, which is your personal sales. And then lastly, all preferred clients that are existing do have a free gift loaded in their cart with a $150 order. So make sure they know about that because that will go away next month as well. Okay. So just a little bit of reminders for you. And then we're going to get into our guest speaker tonight, which I'm so excited to have her on with us tonight, you guys. Um, She's a national vice president. Her name is Fiona Forestell. You may know her as Fiona McCarthy. She just recently got married a little more than like 18 months ago. I think it was Maui of 2024 that she got married. She's been in Arbonne almost 2 decades. She, yes, is married, and how she met her now husband was actually because of an Arbonne trip coming home from. She has two grown daughters who are both very like successful, graduated college and all of that. They live in the UK, which is where Fiona is from, but now she lives in Canada with her new husband. Um, let's see. She was one of the first consultants, you guys, in the UK, which is like super cool. And she was actually the first district manager to ever promote in the UK as well. She now has a global business. She has consultants, of course, in the UK, US, Canada, Poland. Like she's just all over the place because she really goes all over the place. She's one of a lot of awards in Arbonne, a lot of trips. We've had a lot of fun on those together. And what I love most about Fiona, you guys, oh, and the award she just got, by the way, was the Spirit of Arbonne Award, which is like an award in Arbonne that's not just for your business building, but it's for how you make a difference in this company. And it's for how you make a difference in the world. And so Fiona won that, and she's so deserving of that at this last GTC. But what I love most about her, you guys, is because she literally has the gift that will make you believe in yourself. Like the way she speaks to people, it just hits you right here. And you literally will probably get off this call tonight thinking that you can do anything. That's what she's done with me. That's what she's helped me in my business. And I'm forever grateful to her for that. So without further ado, I want you guys to hear from this amazing woman tonight. So thank you so much, Fiona, for joining us. We're so excited to hear from you.
Oh, thank you for that gorgeous introduction, Jacqueline. You're so welcome. We go way back. This is why you need to earn the trips, guys, because you get to meet these incredible leaders and you stay friends for life. But not just that, you become accountable to each other, you invest in each other, you want the best for each other. Like, you can see people in a light that potentially they can't see themselves in, or even, you're not in a team, so there's no dynamics or politics. So you really you really forge life friendships. And to me, what's there's nothing better than that, right? Who wouldn't want that? Even now, as I go every single day in my business. This is typically random of me, but last night I was getting ready to play tennis with my husband, and he was with the kids, and he was coming down, and I was on court preparing, and there was this girl, and I just sort of said, "Oh, hi," and didn't have my phone on me. I just had my tennis racket and balls, and I was like, "Hey, how long have you lived here?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I live over there." And I'm like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" "Oh, I'm in between jobs, la la la." Of course, what's going on? My antennae, which is always up, and I was like, "Hey, you know what? I have something where I offer people an opportunity. I'd love to meet with you." She's like, "Okay, great." I said, "I tell you what, we'll meet at 2 p.m. Starbucks in Lohit Mall." I didn't have a number. She told me her name. I kind of sorry, forgot it when I got back in. Anyway, and so I did a Zoom with my team, my UK team, as we do on Monday. I think all teams do the team calls on a Monday. So, but for me now it's midday because of the time difference. It's 8 hours ahead in the UK. And I'm telling them all about this girl. And I'm like, I've got to go because I'm going to go meet her. She may not be there, but I'll be there. And you know what? She was there. And that's, I love that about this business because fresh eyes, it's a fresh day, a fresh person. And I said to the girl, I sat there and I was telling her about the business, telling her about the products. And yeah, I said to her, you know what, whether you do or don't do this, life is all about timing. And we're still friends anyway. I just love that. And then actually today I got out of the blue. I met a girl in a dog park a year ago, obviously talked about Arbonne. We met up, I gave her the product, shared the business. She said no, she tried the product, hasn't bought anything. Doesn't matter. Out of the blue, she goes, hey Fiona, let's meet up. So I've just come back from the dog park, meeting her up. And guess what? Life is about timing. And she has a job now and she's from Iran. And, we were talking and she's like, I still want to lose weight. I'm like, well, there's still those Arbonne products for you. So she may or may not, but that's okay. Don't hang on to, people's yeses. Don't hang on to people's no's. Don't hang on to things that people say because they're going to say not necessarily what they want to say, or maybe they will say what they want to say, but your job is not to be the judge and the jury. Your job is not to be the decider. Your job is to be the messenger. You have all of us with you. You're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. And you've got Petter Mork every day. When I make a shake in my kitchen in the morning, he is there with me, and he's like, oh, Fiona, this is how Jan's talks. Oh, Fiona, so, who are you going to see today? I always play this like image in my mind. I have this image in my head and this tape in my head. And I just love it because you know what? You are here to make a difference. He made a difference. That's why you are here. Every single day, it's your chance to make a difference, not just to yourself, but to many, many other people you are going to come in contact with. So be bold, stand up in your power, like deliver. And even if you're not very confident, even if you're brand new on this call, this is your first conference, let's say this is your first team Zoom, or you've been here for 10 plus years, nothing changes. The only thing that changes is you. And I want you to be unapologetically, authentically you. So when I started out in Arbonne, like, Jacqueline said, first district manager in the UK, has the oldest ID number 00000032. Now you can imagine almost 18 years ago, there was no evidence of success. Okay. My entire upline were in the States with an American accent, obviously. So I'm speaking to people. There isn't any proof. There was no social media back there, Facebook, Zoom, none of that. Okay, we had to dial in an expensive toll number, and no one knew who I was. And so really, it was like I only had a piece of paper and a vision. It was, it was easy to walk away. But for me, I remember thinking, what they said to me, I was like, well, if I can achieve that, that was enough. I didn't need to see the evidence. That seeing is believing, that faith it till you make it, not fake it till you make it. But I had something in my gut that was saying, this is going to work if you work. This feels good. This feels right. This feels different. This feels special. This isn't your normal run of the mill. Like there was something magical in that. So I started, like I said, and day one, and was I good? No. But what I did, I stood in my power, guys. Okay. So I would meet people and I'd be like, I'm so sorry. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm brand new. Like, I'd probably get red and sweaty. Would you mind just like, bearing with me? I'm working my way through like learning this presentation, the products. And you know what? People are like, yeah, oh my God, yeah, I'd love to listen. I'd love to help. People love to help. Don't forget that. Don't you love to help? Like, sometimes it's harder now. It's like this polished version of me, because I'm doing it day in, day out, year in, year out. And so it looks great. But you know what? I started at the beginning, but I started anyway. I did it without the evidence. To become the evidence. Yeah. And that's what we are here to do. We're here to make a difference. And like I said, so GTC this year, and secretly, guys, this one is the one I wanted the most. So, it was called Make the Difference. Okay. And I had no idea I was going to earn this award. And being the spirit of Arbonne, being called up on stage in front of those 10,000 people, I mean, seriously, I was a hot mess. I mean, there was nothing. It was like the tears, the ugly crying. I'm lucky I escaped my snot bubbles, but it was not. And it's almost like the representation of the business, right? And I stood up there. But I always remember Rita Davenport, our ex-president, and she always said, put a 10 on people's heads, yeah? Whether they will or won't, whether they are are fearful or not, whether they believe in themselves or not, you put a 10. Oh, thanks, Yvonne. So when I stood up there and I remember, um, like her words. And another thing, can I just say secretly? So when you next train, when you stand up on stage, Rita Davenport says, if you make the audience laugh, they love you, because there's only two times you can stop thinking. One is in meditation, and one is making people laugh. It's a medicine, right? So you actually can't think and laugh at the same time. So that's when I came out the thing about the mosquito. But listen, but what I said was, if you never heard it, never think you're too small to make a difference. Try sleeping in a room with a mosquito for one night. So, what are you thinking right now? Are you thinking you're too small? Are you thinking you're looking around and that you've got comparisitis, right? Comparing yourself. Curiosity didn't kill the cat, comparison did. Are you comparing your journey to somebody else? That's comparing an orange to an apple. It's completely different, right? So if you're doing that, or stop. Let me encourage you to stop right now, because guess what? You are going to be the best version of you. And that's how we start doing the bookends of the day, the morning rituals, the evening rituals. Do your DMO, your daily method of operating. So it starts and it ends with you. You are the best leader of one, and then people will want to join and follow you. The leader that knows where they're going, but the leader that I really want to encourage having fun with this, okay? Because we're in a world of sales, okay? And sometimes, you wake up, you have a great month end, and guess what? It goes back to zero. And a lot of people have this, oh my gosh, it's like relentless, yeah? But it's not really a zero, because all the months and the years and everything, the yeses and the nos and all the experience you've had to this point doesn't make it zero. It makes it another month where you get to continue from where you left off, right? But because we're in the sales industry, because it can feel sometimes lethargic, it can feel sort of heavy, it can feel like monotonous. Start to have fun. I really encourage you to have fun, because that's where the game changes for me. And again, Rita Davenport, you say, I take myself seriously, but I don't take what I take what I do seriously, but I don't take myself seriously. And for me, I love that, because I know that, that I'm progress in work. We know that word perfection doesn't work. Okay. This is progress. Okay. So if I can laugh at myself, if I can trip up, failing is first attempt at learning. You have to fail many, many times. You have to kiss many, many frogs before you find your prince. So that's part of this industry. It's part of who we are and what we do. And that's what makes it so incredible, because the leaders who've gone before you have all failed. I failed gloriously to get to where I was, but the failing wasn't the quitting. The failing wasn't, it was part of success. Yeah, you have to do it many times wrong to get it right. So, you have to be, there's a saying, like, we know Thomas Edison 10,000 times to invent a light bulb, but do we care that it took him those 9,999 attempts? No. Why? Because we get to benefit from electricity. Do I know how it works? No, but I don't want to. But I want to enjoy a light above me when it gets dark, and I can still keep reading, and I can still keep, getting on with my life. So think about you and your attributes. Think about your strengths, because I really encourage you to go and work on those strengths. Sponsor your weaknesses. So being technical, things like that, being somebody who has tick lists and all of that, that's not me. That is not my personality. So for me, I'm going to do what works for me, and I'm going to have fun with what works for me. My strength is in people, belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball. There's people in my business, in my team, and our team. They're wonderful on social media, whatever that is. But stop jumping ship, so to speak. Oh, somebody's doing this, somebody's doing that, because that's going to wear you out. And I see a lot of people jump ship. Okay, the next shiny thing, the next shiny thing. It means that consistency gets watered down, and you've got to be better and get better and better and better at what you're good at and what you enjoy and have fun and what you love doing the most. Yeah. Now, one thing we do have to do, guys, is we have to get good at the mundane. Yeah, because it doesn't change. For me, 80, almost 18 years in Arbonne, I'm doing the same thing, finding the people to talk to the people I find. Yeah, then sharing the products, so the selling, the sponsoring, the team, the building. Oh, it's again and again and again. But that's what makes me so successful. For me, there are certain things that are like a no matter what, and you need to have this. You need to have it. Children do well to know boundaries. You do well to have certain things in your business that no matter what you will achieve. And for me, one is the AIT, as is Jacqueline, no matter what. Bonuses, achieving my district manager achiever award since March 2010. What are we now? 25, 15 years, every single month, no matter what. Okay, lead with excellence. Starts off with you, and then you'll start to the ripple effect to people in your team, and people will do what you do. Saying is not good enough. Action is where it's at. Action counts. Action matters. There's a doing knowing gap. People say knowing is like knowledge is power. No, it's not. That's not power. It's only powerful when you act on it, when you get results because you have to do something. Okay, so a lot of us here don't, we can think Arbonne, we can say Arbonne on and on and on, right? And we're in this kind of, thinking we're doing it, but strip it back, strip it back. What is it we truly need to be doing to get to the level of leadership we want to be? And for most of us, the lifeblood is sponsoring. It's finding people to join your team, yeah? And it's helping those people to grow and find their team. And that's the leadership right there. Leadership is really influence. Influence is so important. Would you follow you? Right now, if you were being sponsored by the person you are right here, right now, would you follow that person? And if there's a little bit of a pin, like, oh, I'm not sure, that's okay. Then you can go, okay, so what is it I feel that I can improve on? And start doing the work. We are in end of July, so it's month end, okay, on Thursday, like Jacqueline said. So really, we have August, September, October, November, December. That's 5 goes, 5 attempts at either promoting, 5 attempts at doing a Team Achiever Award, 5 attempts at building a team, whatever that is for you. We have 5 attempts left this year. I'm excited. Are you? That's a lot. That's a lot, right? So think about that. Really get yourself into, okay, so like Jacqueline already recapped. So we have preferred clients, yep, sign-ups, we have renewals, the free gift list, that's 150. Okay, great. Now we know, okay, so what's happening in the next 5 months in Arbonne? Well, I know in the UK we have our Arbonne Advantage conference, but we've had GTC, but we all know, okay, there's an AIT trip happening. We all know there will be a launch of products coming up to Christmas. We all know it's going to be double AIT awards in December time. We all know. So if you don't know, get to know. Okay, understand. Okay, what have I said I would achieve at the beginning of this month, at the beginning of last month, at the beginning of this year? And have I achieved it yet? You're eligible to, or am I on my way? And what is it I need to do between what I'm thinking and saying and not doing to get to where I need to go? That knowing doing gap is so important. Okay, and so if you know what that is, you don't need anyone to tell you. You already know what that is. So let's face it. Let's sit down and let's write it down. I always put in my diary. I love to color code. I love to put in my diary, when I achieve things, I already put it in before I've achieved it. Like when I get my diary for 2026 in May, woo! I'm so happy and grateful now that I've achieved the AIT trip. That's the kind of future focus I want you to be thinking. So right now we have our 40 list, but it's not just writing down names of 40 people that you're contacting a month. There's more to it than that. So if you think about having a line of action, okay? So we know that people need a certain amount of exposures before they say yes to Arbonne. So when you meet somebody, the first exposure is that first meeting, whether that be like I did in the tennis court yesterday, or the dog park, or you've done a presentation, a party, a one-to-one, or you're online, whatever that type of meeting scenario is. And then you have to move them to the next one, which is to get the products in front of them, right? Then you have to move the next one, which is to get the products back. But meanwhile, in between, you're sending them a DA, sending them to a DA, yeah? giving them evidence of the company. We've got so much beautiful social media proof right now. It's wonderful. Then you're taking them to, inviting them to a live Discover Arbonne, or inviting them to a team event, or having something, and then if they say yes, you're launching them. And then from there, so you're moving them through the scale. And I think what we need to do is understand where they start and always understand who they are. Because when you listen, okay, listening is such a huge word that I wasn't very good at the beginning, because I was so excited about Arbonne. I was like, the people would cross the street when they first, when I first started doing it, when I was at the school gates, because I was so passionate, and I was so like excited, and it was too much. So I've had to, like, can you tell? I don't know how that was, but anyway, I've had to calm it down a bit and to learn to listen. Listen. And if you change those letters around in that word, it also means silent, holding space, understanding, resonating, connecting with that person. How can I help you? What can I do for you? Where are you in your life? Are you open? Are you open to everything
I'm good.
attached to
Thank
nothing? That's the kind of thing. So also, let me tell you another thing that I heard recently, and I love this. So earth, and we always love the fact almond means a beautiful tree, and we're all about, pure, safe, beneficial. And earth, it also changed those letters around. It means heart. Heart. So go back to your heart, the core. Yeah, that's your earth. That's Mother Nature. Yeah, it's beautiful, right? So go back to the silence where it all started, the gap between your thoughts. Listen, really listen, with no agenda, no agenda. I think now I've learned, when you prospect and somebody may say yes, but it means a no. Somebody says no, but it may mean, I always say K-N-O-W, they don't know. But you know what? It's about finding where people are at, and giving them that hand. Petamok would say, do something more. That's what we get to do every day. Do something more than most people. Most people wouldn't, you know, go out intentionally to share what we have and then create beautiful friendships, whether the person says yes or no. We're special, guys. You understand that? Like, this isn't an ordinary, like, this is life. This is not something that happens to people every day. People can get to have the freedom we do and the travel. I've been very blessed. I've just been a month away. Like, we read and get the influence we can do to other people. We are, exactly, Shay. We're so special, guys. Understand the gift you have to give. Imagine every single person you presented, hey, I think you'd be really good at this, so I have something to share with you. Imagine you've actually got $1 million, pounds, in your hand. Like, that's your spiritual signature. And whether that, and you can hand it to them. Whether that person says yes or no, it's still theirs for you to give, because you know what? You've got it to give. People don't have what we have to give. I hear early days, like, I used to be worried because it'd be like, oh, you just want to be my friend for Arbonne. Well, if it wasn't for Arbonne, I wouldn't be making the effort for you to be my friend. And yes, thank you to Arbonne, because nobody else is stepping out, doing what we're doing, opening arms. And whether they say yes or no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. Yeah. So really think about where you are, who you are, your strengths. Let's go back to your strengths. Yeah. This is so important, because for me, I'm a real people person. And so that really has helped me in this business. The things I'm not so good at, I'm going to get other people to do it for me and my team. Create beautiful posters and all of that. But you know what? Work on those strengths and get better. Forget your weaknesses. You're never meant to be good at it. So don't spend any time in that arena. Yeah. Go and carry on and keep being the best version of you with excellence, which I absolutely love. So I just want to see what time is, because I can talk forever. Okay, so 4 minutes left. So what's so interesting, like, what can you maybe do different? Maybe give you some, like, bullet points that you haven't done yet. Okay, I'd like you, first of all, then, to sit where you are, right? Jacqueline, take as long as you want. You might, okay, so let's get it. Let's sit where we are right now. What is it that we can do? And let me give you some bullet points to help you to improve in the next 5 months. And I'm not saying what you're doing now isn't working, because it absolutely is. And when nothing is happening, everything is happening. So understand there's this, the human gestation period in your mother's womb is 9 months. Yeah. So everything will grow in the modus operandi. That's Latin for the method of operating. There are cycles in our business, there's cycles in our life. Our heartbeat goes up and down. Okay. You don't want a flat line, that means you're dead. Okay, so your business is going to go up and down. Lean into that. Understand that's life. That's normal. Okay, we need to understand that. We need to understand, are you in a winter? Are you in a spring season? Are you in a fall or a summer season? Where are you? That's number one. So really recognize where you are right now. Number two, how is your daily method of operation, going? Are you doing the meditating every day? Are you working out? Are you taking the shakes? Are you using the products religiously, like like you should be? Yeah. What does your declarations and affirmations look like? When was the last time you updated your vision board? Like, clear out the clutter, you know? When was the last time you actually sort of said, okay, so, oh my gosh, get back to your vision board. I've achieved that. Or is there something new that you never had at the beginning of this year that you really want now to achieve? So really go back and reflect, see where you are, see how far you come, and celebrate that. Please don't keep yourself always waiting and wishing and wanting, because you need to be present. The gratitude and the attitude now will create the future. By being happy where you are now, you'll get more of that. Okay. So going back to the cycles, okay? And then what I'd like to do then is make that plan for the next 5 months of the no matter what. So what is it from now on? You can make a decision that every single day, that you will work your business to and achieve. And for me, it's that Achieve Reward, the DM, yeah? And it's also the AIT. So that's a no matter what. So I always know that's the forefront of my mind. I always know when I go out there, my antenna is out, and I ask for help from the universe. Yeah, my expectation, I'm going to meet the right people, my vibe and my tribe. Yeah. Um, I came here to Canada like last year, May 2024, to be with my husband. And I now have 25 people in our team in Canada, which is so cool and it's so exciting. And I got to take some of them with me to GTC, so you're here to build a community. Yeah, you're here to help people. You're here to wait, I've got a call going on. Somebody call me. Sorry, you're here to reach out, to be that space, the safe space to incorporate others. Okay, what book are you reading right now? Because thank you, Christy. If you are not reading a book, then remember what I said on stage. Readers are leaders and leaders are readers. Then you will never outgrow the person you are today. And it's your job. You're growing or dying, okay? The only one constant is change. And so we need to change. Great, I like to see that. Yes, faves. Oh my God, I have a whole list about favorites. But so are you on my book club, by the way? If not, you should be. The book we've just read in my book club is The Big Bill, Dana Collins. She came on live for an hour. She just came on, didn't even know she was going to be on. Amazing. Okay. So if you have not read this book, 100%, this is the next book. It's up there with Eric Worre GoPro. And of course, she's Arbonne. Okay. So 100% this. And there's certain language you need to be able to understand. Like if you don't understand time leverage, if you don't understand residual income, if you don't, all this sort of stuff, guys, you've got to be really understand. So go get yourself, go study. Another great book we're starting on my book club in 2 weeks' time is The Source. And this is all to do with vision boards, and it's all to do with action vision boards, not just dream vision boards. It's action vision boards. And this is phenomenal. Okay. The book club, I do book gold for Donna Johnson. So the Friday, the 1st of August, so this Friday, I do at the beginning of the first Friday every single month, is The Last Arrow. Yeah. So this is the book we're studying with that. So again, readers are leaders and leaders are readers. And the power of now. So I know it's 1:30. I know you said about half an hour. I'm going to just read an excerpt from this. And you know what? God damn it. I need glasses now. Oh, I fought wearing glasses. But anyway, here we go. I want to read you to this because about basically what Jacqueline said to me when she asked me to train, and what an honor. Thank you so much. And I was reading this today and I just thought I should mention it to you. So about a sense of urgency. So remember, 5 times this year. Okay, urgency can be fueled by many things: passion, conviction, even compassion. But often I find that urgency in its rawest form is fueled by desperation. The shift that happens when you refuse to remain or be defined by the average comes when you cross a line others would consider madness. While everyone around you says it can wait, you know it can't. I find that we are often more comfortable speaking about our passion than about our urgency, but it is urgency that gives our passions deadlines. Passion is about what fuels us, urgency is about what matters right now. So, the most important things in life rarely come with urgency. It may seem counterintuitive, but the most important things in life are most easily pushed back to the back burner. The urgent is rarely the most important, but the most important must always be the most urgent. The most important things in life require that you bring your own urgency. Passion is a fuel that brings urgency. Leadership is about bringing urgency to the things that matter most. So if it matters to you, you'll do it. If it doesn't, you won't. That's okay. You get to make that choice. That's your decision. And you know what? That's all good, because you know what's right for you. Yeah. So I'm gonna I think you said half an hour, Jacqueline. I'm gonna hand hand it back to you.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And I love that you read that about urgency with, 4 days left in the month. Perfect, right? Like, how can you be more passionate? How can you be more urgent to get your goals? And I loved how you said, like, just knowing versus doing is how you fill in that gap. So, where did you guys say you're going to be the beginning of this month, finishing this month, right? And where are you now? So you know what to do. You just have to go out and do it to make it happen. So, how many more people can you message? How many people can you follow up with? How many people can you invite to take a look at this business, to do a one-on-one, all the things, right? So, Fiona, thank you so much. Always wise as ever. And you're just so passionate and so wise, all the things. So thank you for taking the time to get on with us tonight. I know you're traveling and I know you're probably tired and want to get to bed. So I appreciate you and everyone on this call. Thank you for getting on and hearing her. And hopefully it made a difference in your life and your business.
Thank you.